Hey there, it's Jodi, and I'm having a manicotti cooking party video. There's plenty of videos out there online that will teach you how to make Italian manicotti. However, I'm going to show you 10 tips to make you super successful when you make your manicotti. And stick around because all of my friends are coming over and they're going to learn how to stuff a manicotti noodle. We're going to make meat manicotti and we're going to make cheese manicotti. And the recipes will be on my website, jodivelazquez.com. And you can also go over to my YouTube page and watch more cooking party videos. I can't wait to see you there. Tip number 1, choose quality food products. For this video and my manicotti, I am using DeLallo Italian Classic Manicotti shells. And I took the Yuka app and scanned the barcode. Once you scan the barcode, you can see the quality of the product. You can see the additives and the preservatives, if there's any in there. If not, it'll give you a good quality rating. Tip number 2, look at the directions on your pasta box and cook the pasta for the lowest. If it says 8 to 10 minutes, cook it for 8. You want them to be al dente. And the reason why is because if you cook them and they're too soft, they're gonna rip apart when you're filling them, and you don't want that. Tip number 3, while you're cooking your meat filling, you want to break the meat into tiny, tiny pieces. This will allow the spices to saturate thoroughly throughout the mixture, adding great flavor. You want your seasoning to be consistent throughout the meat. You don't want any big pieces because that's kind of like putting a hamburger inside your manicotti noodle.
Hi there, my name is Jodi Velazquez and I edit Jodi Velazquez's videos. However, I lost a lot of the footage during the editing process. However, I didn't lose sound. So we're going to be recreating some of the scenes of our guests at the manicotti party, and you might notice, you might not. However, keep watching and stay to find out.
Once your meat is almost cooked, basically looking brown, you might have excess grease in there. And you can definitely take that out because you do not want your manicotti meat filling to be greasy. Once you have all the grease out, that's the part where you get to customize your manicotti filling. I like Parmesan, basil, parsley, and mozzarella cheese. However, some people like spinach and a different type of cheese. Tip number 5, adding mozzarella cheese to your meat filling makes the filling stick together and stay inside the noodle really well. Adding egg to your cheese filling makes the cheese filling bind together and stick inside the noodle. So those ingredients are very important, don't skip them. And this is the Parmesan, which also helps bind it together. Tip number 6, if your meat filling seems a little thick, you can add a little sauce. I prefer tomato basil just to thin it and also to add flavor. So manicotti noodles are the delicate noodle of Italian cooking. You can tell by the way these little guys are packaged. They really need a secure packaging so they don't break. Once my water boils, I turn it down from a rapid boil to a simmer. A rapid simmer. You don't want a rolling boil because you don't want the noodles flying everywhere and possibly breaking. So once my rapid simmer is happening, I then put the noodles in very gently, usually 2 at a time. And then quickly stir them so they don't stick to the bottom of the pot. Once the noodles are done, I double strain them. And this is to avoid them breaking. So I use a strainer to kind of hold back the noodles, but dump most of the water out. Because if you dump them from high up into a strainer, they could break. Once most of the water's out, then I gently fold them into my strainer that's in the sink. And then rinse them with some cold water, just twisting and turning the strainer so that I get all of the noodles, and then set them up on the counter into the bowl so they can continue to drain. This is a very important step because remember, manicotti noodles are delicate. This isn't spaghetti. Tip number 9, filling the manicotti. When I make manicotti, I usually make both meat and cheese. Some people use a pastry bag to fill the cheese filling into the noodles. I use a long spoon because you can't put meat into a pastry bag. So I'm just doing everything really quick. I'm doing it with a spoon, and I do both of them with a spoon. It works really well for me. You'll want to take a noodle and make sure you hold it horizontal so it doesn't fall out. And take a little bit of the meat filling and just push it in with your long spoon. And you'll probably fill half of the manicotti noodle. And then you can just turn it around. Oops, that part keeps popping out. You can turn it around and get the other half. And you can also just kind of push it in there to make sure that you have the whole noodle filled. Once it's filled, you kind of maybe want to tuck it in a little bit with your fingers and then just place it in your pan that has sauce in it. So you may have some noodles that are split, and that can be a problem. If you have a certain amount of people coming over for a party and you have a certain number of noodles and you don't want to waste a noodle. So if you keep mozzarella cheese on hand, what you can do is place the noodle in the pan with the split side up and place a little piece of mozzarella cheese, not sprinkled, but a slice over the crack, and then top it with a little bit of sauce, and no one will ever know that it's a split noodle. Once all your manicotti are filled and in the baking dish, then you can top it with a little more sauce. And try to cover all of your noodles because if any are exposed, they could become dry. And gently cover the ones that have the patches on them. You don't want to move the cheese. And manicotti is a dish that has either meat filling or cheese filling. Both have cheese inside of them. So I try not to put too much cheese on top because that's just a lot of cheese. So I just go light with the Parmesan to top it. And you can definitely see, can't see the broken ones or the patches. So we're gonna bake them on 350 for about a half hour or until the cheese starts to bubble on the top. And stick around because all of my friends are coming over and we're gonna have a manicotti party and they're going to learn how to stuff a manicotti noodle. Trust me. Stick around because you don't want to miss this. It's pretty funny. And I am the author of Know the Enemy, Preventing Weight Gain, Diabetes, and Disease. It's good for anybody who just wants to live a healthier lifestyle, possibly prevent diabetes or maybe lose a little bit of weight. So go ahead over onto Amazon and order Know the Enemy, Preventing Weight Gain, Diabetes, and Disease.
Yes. So now I'm going to show you how to make a cheese. Nick! It's like making an ice cream cone up there.
My tube's stuck. Oh no. There we go. Tube's open now. The Magic Man is here. I love cheese manicotti. My favorite is Jodi's meat ravioli. Nice technique.
This is my first time to stuff cheese manicotti. You shouldn't be stuffing too much. Maybe like try a little bit like that, and the rest you just eat it.
I feel like I'm packing a wheel bearing here. No.
What's your favorite Italian recipe?
All of them. I don't think I better give up my day job here, because Jodi, how am I doing here, dear? Not good. That's better than a D-. Look at it, I split the side. The first one was a prototype. This is perfection.
What was your first experience with Italian cooking?
Now, you're next.
Wait, now put the crack up so we can patch it.
That added absolutely nothing. I love manicotti. I love manicotti. Okay. Still going. All right, it's done. I think it's done.
Inserting, and it's going out the other end. So, Jodi, help me out. What's going on here? Now I know why Italians eat so late in Italy. What in the heck? My favorite Italian dish, manicotti. Jodi. Yes. That's my dish.
Oh, it's a little bit harder whenever it's all closed up like that. It only tore a little bit. Come on. Oh, I think he's overstuffed a little. It's all right. It's all right there. All right, buddy. You bake well. It's why I got no faith and I'm feeling small.
Camera's rolling. Action.
Hey there, it's Jodi here, and I'm what am I saying?
We're having a manicotti party.
Okay, sorry.